Here's what happened at the fourth round of the Women's Motocross World Championship at the Grand Prix of France. Steffi Lai won the first race from Livia Lancelot, Maria Franca, Larissa Pampamaya and Ellen Mann. This was race 2, and Steffi Lai got out to the perfect start, grabbed the whole shot, but coming down the first hill, she crashed out here in spectacular fashion and handed the advantage to Chiara Fontanesi. Livia Lancelot was also having problems, and she would eventually pick herself up from a crash and finish in 13th position. That's her there, just trying to get up. But up front, Chiara Fontanesi was doing the business on her Fonte Yamaha machine. Eventually, Steffi Lai would climb back to second position. Larissa Pampamaya would find herself in third. But it was this girl here, Chiara Fontanesi, who was just going out about her business and just passing anybody who got in her way. Lai did eventually get back to second, but the race win went to Chiara Fontanesi. MX2 race 1 went like this. Marvin Muscan got off to a flying start through the fast sweeping right-hander and was never headed. Behind him, Jeffrey Hurling, Zach Osborne, Stephen Frossard and Joel Roulants were having a right old battle. But Ken Roxon, the second place rider in the championship, he eventually came from 30th position to climb back into 16th, but up front, Marvin Muscan just barely putting a foot wrong. Zach Osborne on the bike at Cosworth Yamaha had a good ride through to third and followed Jeffrey Hurlings home in second position, despite making a mistake on the final lap when he lost that second place to the Dutch rider Hurlings. Hurlings was having a great ride here, stayed second for the majority of the race. Frossard, though, he was fourth, but it was Marvin Muscan who took the win. MX1 race 1, Kenda Dyker looked like he got off to a good start, but it was eventually one of the KTMs, and that could only be Tony Cairoli, who burst into the lead and again looked like he would probably just disappear. But Steve Ramon in second position on the Rockstar Tekka Suzuki had other ideas and started to close down on the Italian. He took Davide Guarneri with him, but then David Philipparts and Clément de Salle also joined the party, and eventually the number 39 Honda rider of Davide Guarneri eventually dropped back to 5th position. Philipparts got up to 4th and was challenging with de Salle in 3rd and 4th position. That's these two riders here. Eventually, Steve Ramon found a way through on Tony Cairoli, but the lead would only last for 2 laps, and Cairoli would bounce back into the lead and go on and take the victory. Ramon hung on for second, but behind him, Clément de Salle and David Philipparts were 3rd and 4th. And Cairoli it was who took the checkered flag. MX2 race 2. Much better conditions here. The sun came out, the circuit drying out. Everybody almost safely through there. At the moment, it was Muscan who led from Simpson, and Hurlings had this big crash on the end of the first lap. He eventually picked himself up to get back to 12th place at the finish. Ken Roxon was having another nightmare race. He was up inside the right positions at the time. He was in 9th position and making progress, got up as high as 4th. But then Roxon went missing. Gauthier Paulin on the Monster Energy Yamaha was having a steady ride as well. He was fastest in qualification yesterday, but eventually battled from 6th, ended up down the order a little bit further back, but fought his way back to 4th place. Sean Simpson was having a great ride in second, but it was Muscan who went to win the second race. Final race of the day, MX1 race 2. And all eyes were on Tony Cairoli, but it was a different set of riders. Guarneri and Clément de Salle were at the head of the field here. De Salle taking the lead early on. Philipparts, though, in 3rd position, followed him through. Cairoli was now in 4th place, trying to close down on David Philipparts. Anthony Boissier was having a good ride on the TM as well, the French rider on the Italian machine. Here he found a way past Davide Guarneri to move into 4th position. And eventually, he almost replicated the move and found a way past Tony Cairoli there for 3rd. Then this was a battle up front. Philipparts putting on this aggressive pass on Clément de Salle to go on and take the victory. De Salle hung on in there for 2nd, but he was being closed down by Cairoli, who first had to find a way past the number 10 of Anthony Boissier to move into 3rd position. But Philipparts it was who won.